Hey team, I hope this video finds you alive and well, but I hope it finds you, period, because the last 3 have not. I'm really sorry about that. I know you missed seeing my face. If you're not tuning into our Friday meetings, you can see my pup. He's wanting some attention. Say hi, Moose. Say hi, Moose. That's my puppy. He's new to me. He eats everything and is very needy, which is pretty much me. So, like mother, like son, I guess. Okay, so this week's updates kind of changed a little bit. We all know that they like to change the grading rules on us last minute. So here is the update as of today. Grades are due Friday. I have to have everything entered by Monday. There can be a few special exceptions, but I know I kind of told you you'd have this last week to work on stuff. Found out today that's not really the case. They want you to have everything in by Friday. So that gives you kind of 2 days. Turn it in. Doesn't matter how late. I'll tell you a quick story that I've probably told you in class. I promise I'd try to make this video quick so that it will upload. Or my phone doesn't die like it did last time. Still haven't found my charger. Packing, moving, it's just everything's all over the place. When I was in college, there was an assignment that all of us forgot to do because we weren't reminded. We had learned about it like the first week of school, and then it was like 2 months later and we all forgot. Right? So someone reminded us and we were like, oh shoot, whatever, we need to do it. So we all did it late, and the professor emailed us and they were like, she was like, hey, I don't accept late work, so there's no point, like you're gonna make a 0. So I didn't turn it in, right? I did the whole thing. Took me like 6 hours. Didn't turn it in because there was no point, right? I was gonna make a 0 anyway. Everyone else turned it in. And they were like, Heather, did you turn it in? I was like, no, there's no point. I'm gonna make a 0. Like, they're like, but you did it. And I was like, but it doesn't matter. Like, it's too late. I lost. I messed up. I accept it. I move on. Wrong. Some guy found a late clause in the syllabus, and he was like, hey, actually, this says you have to accept late work. You just have to, like, count off points. That's a grading policy for our college class. Everybody else made like a 60 on that thing because they turned it in late. By that time, this was a whole 2 weeks later that he argued it, and I was past the point of where the late clause counted. So I did not. I got put on academic probation and almost got kicked out of School of Education in Baylor because of that project, y'all, because that took my grade from an A to a B, and you have to have a high B. You had to have a B+ or an A- minimum in education classes, and that brought me down to like an 83, and that doesn't cut it for them. So I had to write a letter appealing my case and like basically begging them to let me back in and telling them how I'd be a good kid and never forget anything ever again, which we all know how I am. But anyway, the letter worked. My professor cried with me. It was like a big deal. I kind of technically got kicked out and then had to beg for my way back in. So, moral of the story, even if something is late, turn it in, okay? All your work is due Friday, doesn't matter. Turn it in late anyway because it's better late than never, but please try to get it all in by Friday. I know that's not necessarily fair. I'm so sorry. I called my boss as soon as I found out, and I was like, hey, I told my kids they had till last week of school, and they were kind of like, well, you can still accept some of that work, but this is what we're dealing with right now. So that's the update on grading policies. My mom's talking by. Would you like to say hi to my mom? Say hi to my kids, Mom.
Hey, kids.
It's a video for them. They're not there.
Oh.
That's my
mom. Wish I could see you.
That's my mom. As most of you know, I'm living here, so that's fun. So, anyway, that's the update on the grading policy. And then that's it for work. If you are a freshman, I am grading the theme, the tone, and the generalization versus stereotype today. Those will go in the grade book. That's it for your grades, and then I'll drop grades. If you are a sophomore, all I have to grade is your project that you only had to complete if you didn't do the coronavirus project. If you didn't read instructions closely or watch Coach Crunk's video close enough and didn't know that, that's okay. That's extra credit, extra points. I'll give it to you, okay? Please continue now, especially now that I only have 2 days to get all your late work in. Please message me if you turn grades in late so I can get those in the grade book, okay? I love you all. I miss you all. Next week is kind of a fun week, okay? It's meant to not stress you out like every other week during this quarantine. And then hopefully the week after that will be the week that your teachers don't get stressed out. But we have stuff due for this state that we just found out about. So technically I'll be stressed till June, maybe June 19th after prom. Anyway, okay, well, I love you. I miss you. Have a great summer. I will talk to you soon. See you next week. Oh, also not mandatory. Sorry, my bad. Not mandatory. I found out. Conference Friday morning, 9:30 a.m. if you need help for freshmen or for English 1. 10 a.m. if you need help or extra credit for English 2. Okay? Bye, guys.